What's up, Dib Nation? That's my very, very poor E40 voice. We're here to do the Warriors against the Rockets breakdown. We're going to get right to it. And I do want to say that I apologize this coming to you so late. It is 6:08 p.m. Pacific time. And we got a game at 7. So I got to hurry through this. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Had to pick up a family member at the airport. And so all of that stuff just kind of gets in the way of this type of stuff. But I want to show you the improvements that the Warriors made in this game against the Rockets the other night. So 2 nights ago on, Monday night, November 20th. All right, let's go ahead and get to the action. This was my thumbnail. This was, I think, one of the more important plays, but we're going to go through all the plays one by one, and I'm going to try and do this in one take, so wish me luck. All right, we'll start out really early. The first play of the game, actually, which is not this one, the first play of the game went to Klay, and I love that because we're trying to get Klay going. He's actually off the screen here. But let's roll this and see where we go with this. Steph eventually gets the ball here in the corner, of course, but look at this ball movement. This is a coach's dream as we run through this. Hits Wiggins. Wiggins dribbles down. Now, I had to speed it up and go back to the corner just because, sorry about that. But CP from the corner whips it over to Klay. And that's a splash. And, that's where the whole trade Wiggins, trade Klay stuff from the casuals. I mean, obviously, that's ridiculous talk, right? But what you can say to your casual friends, rather than just roll your eyes, is to say, hey, look at Rich's breakdown at Let's Go Warriors, because there's plays in there where it has to be Klay. It has to be Wiggs. They know our chemistry. It takes a long time to develop this type of chemistry, okay? For Klay, I mean, he's one of the originals. And for Wiggins, he's in his 4th, 5th year with us already? It really takes this long to understand how to play with 2 Hall of Fame shooters. Let's go to the next play as we just keep rolling. All right, I love this. Because I don't exactly know what you call this. You could call it modified Spain action, but what's going to happen is Looney's going to set a pick for Chris. Chris is going to come around, and then Klay is going to follow right behind. And instead of Klay also setting a pick for Chris, it's going to be modified. Because in Spain, I mean, you can go look it up. I don't know what the name of this is. I'm sure it's out there. I mean, look, I don't keep track of all the names of these plays, and every team has pretty much a different name for things. But the screen after the first screen type of action was kind of invented by the Spain national team years ago. I remember when Coach Nick first of B-Ball Breakdown, he first kind of brought it over on Twitter and told all of us about it. But anyways, this kind of modified action on that. But the point being, it's modified Spain in that the philosophy of it is you have a screener, and then you have the screener sets another screen. And in some cases, you'll get, as you'll see later, it's complicated, but it's really 2 actions with these 2 guys, and either the screener will set another screen or the second guy will set a screen. So, but we went with the first option with the Warriors, and then I'll discuss why we did this later in the film. All right, here we go. So then, I mean, with Klay, you can just pop out, right? You don't even need Looney to per se set a pick, because he just needs to be in the way. So if Looney's just kind of in the way, you got Klay, top 2 all-time shooters in the NBA, catch and shoot. And that's why you can't trade him. There's nobody else like this in the NBA other than Steph and maybe, I don't know, Bradley Beal, those types. It's those teams that have Klay-like shooting guards, they're not trading their own guy. Jordan Poole can probably do this, Devin Booker, but those are not tradable guys in the NBA to trade for Klay. It just doesn't make sense. And then also, by the way, Wiggins clearing out for this action to occur right here. Let's roll the tape one more time. You see Steph is pinned down in the corner to keep this guy honest. So all the action's up here. We're bunching it, and then we're flaring out for Klay. Bam. It's just enough space. You just need enough space and enough interference. It doesn't have to be a traditional pick. You just, usually during live streams and we're watching the action, I call it interference. Looney runs interference. They get a little bit confused, and that little moment of confusion is all we need because our guys, Steph and Klay, are so historic in that respect. All right, this one, I just wanted to point out, little Warriors culture, a little funny thing that I don't know if anybody caught. We caught it on the live stream, but Jalen Green's going to throw the ball Bob Uecker voice, just a little bit outside, and you'll see the ball sail way over here, and then I'm going to zoom it into Steph on the bench. Steph on the bench, look for him. He's got the towel on his head. This is a little funny Warriors culture thing, and we got two of them tonight. So the ball goes way over there, and watch me zoom in on Steph. Watch this. Review it, ref. Review that. You might want to review that. You know who he's making fun of? He's making fun of, where'd the ref go? Maybe I cut him out. My bad. I cut him out. It's Zach Zarba. Zach Zarba's on the baseline, covering the baseline for this play. So, Chris Mullin said it in the pregame on NBC. He doesn't really like Zach Zarba. Neither do I. And go look at our website. I wrote an article about my favorite refs. There's not a whole bunch of them, and Zach Zarba's not on that list. Okay, next play after that. Don't you love Steph? He's got a funny sense of humor, doesn't he? I might want to review that, ref. All right. Hope you saw that. Next play. Again, just a little bit of interference is all you really need. So Wiggins is going to get this. And sure enough, Looney passed the ball, and then he's going to set the pick. So just a little bit of extra action. You remember, we're going to come to this shortly. Remember the OKC game? It was try to hand off to Steph. Those handoffs weren't working. The NBA was scouting against us for that. So now you got to adjust to the adjustment. So now you got to come up with something extra on those, wing plays, whether you want the wing to come over and you're Looney and you hand off to him, or in this case, Looney passes to Wiggins, and I'm about to set a pick right here, but then also Steph is here. So instead of just sort of one guy and one guy on our squad, we got one guy up here initiating the action and then two guys on the wing. And I don't know the terminology on this either, but you're seeing it more and more. And it should be interesting tonight against Houston as to how it should be interesting tonight against we're playing Phoenix as to how we do that, because Phoenix will have this tape as well. So we'll see. So a pick by Steph and then another pick by Looney, and bam, Wiggins is open. He happened to make that. Yay, just enough daylight. All right, we go to the next one. And again, this is the whole counter argument to trade Wiggins, trade Klay. Like, Wiggins has a wide open corner three. How many wings out there would, if we traded for Zach LaVine, would he do this? Would Zach LaVine do this, right? Let alone does Chicago even want Wiggins and so on and so forth? I think their salaries don't even match. Anyways, let's roll the tape. Wiggins gets the ball in the corner, wide open for a corner three. No, I think I'll give it to the second best shooter of all time instead. But Klay missed that. But you see what I'm getting at is, like, Wiggins knows what the pecking order is, and we want to try and score 3 points every possession rather than 2. Moving on. We got to hurry through this. I'm at the 10-minute mark already. Again, this sort of bunch action over here. And look, this was the play that we ran for Klay earlier, right? Or similar to it. So now Steph is going to leak out, and they're stuck because they don't know how to defend that. They didn't scout for it. They scouted for the handoff, right? So that's the day by day of the NBA. All right, this one, oh, okay. So this is the key to the game. New action where Chris is going to pass to Looney up here. Now remember at OKC, I might have it in this part of the video. I can't remember, but we'll see in a second. Remember at OKC when it was just Looney and Steph by themselves trying to do this handoff. Well, now we're putting extra interference into the game. So now you got Chris Paul going to set this pick right here on Dylan, and just enough interference gets Steph open on the curl. So I did put it in there. Remember this? This will jog your memory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the previous breakdown video I did. The link is in the description. The playlist of X's and O's is in the description. But right here against OKC, that's it. Looney had already passed up the handoff to Steph, and there's Steph going, oh, man, come on, Loon. I could have gotten that handoff. I know Lou Dort was playing strong defense. So we've evolved from that, and it's awesome to see this evolution. So here we go. So Steph comes around the curl, and now he's basically free to do what he wants. Now he chooses to turn the corner on Sengun and do a step back, which is fine because Steph can do that, and he can hit shots, and he does. Trust me, he hit this shot, and it helped keep us in double digits of the lead. All right, this one is our baseline out of bounds play. Now, normally we run this action, and we keep running it, and teams just can't figure it out. I think against Phoenix, we'll try it, but it might not work the first time because Phoenix is more veteran than Houston. But we've run this. So Wiggins throws the ball in over here, and then he'll be open right here. But you know what? CP, he's thinking, Wiggs is back. He's good. I'm going to go for 3 points because if Wiggs was still in a slump, I'd get him the ball down here for an easy layup. So we actually have two options here because Houston apparently did not scout for this baseline out of bounds play, a.k.a. BLOB, a.k.a. blob. So Steph is going to simply curl around, and that's it. So pretty simple play that really is meant for easy 2 points for somebody to get going who's slumping. Could be JK with the second unit, could be Wiggins. But in that case, we went for 3. All right. So here, now this is the difference in the game. Remember 2 plays ago? So remember right here? We got Dylan Brooks on the extra interference by Chris. Well, let's bamboozle him this time. So here's Dylan, and he's thinking about the previous set way back earlier in the game. Steph's supposed to come around here, run that interference one more time. Watch this bamboozlement. Bamboozled. I went to the hoop. And that's brilliance. And that's just the genius of Steve Kerr. So anybody that says they want to get rid of Steve and all that, I mean, our coaching staff does a good job, and I should do a whole separate video. I mean, you're never going to get perfection from any coach, whether it's somebody told me, we do way better with Mike Brown. Well, sooner or later, we're going to find out warts about Mike Brown. And so Steve's good enough. All right, this last one, let's close out on some comedy. All right, let's close out on some comedy. Only 17 seconds left. Who cares? But Klay says, I got Jabari. He literally points to Jabari. Watch Klay the whole time. Watch him. This is absolutely hilarious. Here we go. I'm going to fall asleep. But we're up by 7. We got this game wrapped up. 16 seconds to go. Who cares? Yeah, well, That's it, folks. That's it for today. Appreciate you. Hope to see you on the live stream. Hope to see you at more stuff on this channel. And I don't know. That's about it. All right. Appreciate you all. Try to stay positive out there. I know it's tough to do with all the negativity on social media, but there's different perspectives. And I can't wait. I can't wait to show you and break down Moses Moody, what he said on the podium. Matter of fact, just go check it out. It's on there right now. The video right before this, Moses Moody got on the podium and basically said it's all about perspectives. He said, a fool looks for happiness in the distance, while a wise man grows it under his feet. Man, I even memorized that. Wow, I memorized it on the first take. Why? Because we embody that. Thank you, Moody. Can't wait to put that on Instagram. Appreciate you all. See you soon.